It's your boy Trey Ball. I took a long break from a minute because I thought I wanted to do serious, streaming my journey type videos. But now I realized that ain't what I wanted to do. I wanted to do real entertaining content again. Cause that's where my heart at. That's where my heart was at. So I took a break and then I came back last night. I had my boys on here and we did a little what's the name? Little quick whoop-de-whoop. And that made me realize, like, dang, I actually wanna, continue doing entertainment type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put my shoes back on. I don't know, when I have my shoes on, I just feel more present. Like I'm less relaxed, you know what I'm saying? I'm less relaxed. I got my shoes on. I don't know, it's a mind thing. You got your shoes off, you feel at home, you got your shoes on, you feel like you finna do some shit. But yeah, that's a little bit about what's been going on. I took a little break, you know what I'm saying? I thought I wanted to do serious stuff, but then I realized like that ain't really what I want to do. Like I enjoy, doing entertainment, so I'm gonna try to do that. And then editing videos is really, when you're doing like serious stuff, it's really no like creativity, no like entertainment into it. So it's kind of hard to, edit, serious videos without it being like weird. Like it's really no editing, You just want to make people laugh. Well, at least for me, that's what I want to do. I want to make people laugh. But today, I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into the would you rather, that's more towards like the middle of the stream. Well, actually, I think I titled the stream story time. So yeah, I did have a couple stories I wanted to get into before we play would you rather, you know what I'm saying? It's been crazy out here. It's been wicked. It's been wicked, but through the whole process of me switching from YouTube to Twitch, I was able to learn a whole bunch of stuff about myself in the process. With streaming, I was able to learn, a little bit more about editing, trying to edit videos or upload. And I didn't really know it was that easy to upload to YouTube because I've never done it before, besides from my PS4 like 10 years ago when I was playing 2K. So other than that, I really didn't know how to edit videos and upload them. So that was fun to learn. I learned that. And then, getting comfortable walking around outside with the camera. At first, it felt crazy as fuck. But then, like, after a few minutes of just walking around with the camera, talking to the camera, it's like, nobody give a damn. Nobody give a fuck. That motherfucker look at you for half a second and they go, oh, he do content on YouTube. And then they mind their fucking business. So that's the one thing I had to get over. Like, motherfuckers watching you. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about what you doing. They look at you and they say, oh, he doing some shit, and then they turn their fucking head. So after like 5-6 minutes walking around with the camera, I really got over it. Like there wasn't nobody paying no attention to me. And what I did, and what actually benefited me, because walking around with the camera, I was able to get 2 new subscribers. I was walking to my apartment. I'm pretty sure the dude working because he was carrying one of the little carts that you have when you work here. And he stopped me. He was like, "You a YouTuber? He was like, "What you do?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just not starting my channel." He was like, "Oh yeah, I subscribed to you." So I gave him my YouTube. He subscribed. So that was a new supporter. And then I was also recording a video as I was shopping in Best Buy, and I ran into this female that was working at the register, and she was like, "You don't look like you do photography." And I was like, "Nah, I stream and I make YouTube videos." And so she was like, she was like, "So that's cool." And she asked for my username. She went on there and she subscribed to me. So that was pretty fun. So I actually did benefit from getting out of my comfort zone and going outside and with my camera and making my videos, you know what I'm saying? So that was a whole lot. And that's part of, if you've been watching my YouTube, I know a couple people have, you will know that that's part of the journey that I'm on right now, is getting out of my comfort zone and getting into things that, that's gonna help me grow and be better. Help me better myself, doing things I'm really not comfortable with, because that's the only way we're gonna grow, by learning how to do things that we're not always doing. Because I sit in my shell too much. I want to do content and then I don't want to go outside with the camera. I don't want to post on my main, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta get out of, certain comfort zones, and a lot of my certain ways, they don't really like reflect what I want to do. Cause I can't want to make content but then don't want to bring my camera outside because I'm afraid who watching. Like, and the whole time nobody give a fuck what you doing or if you doing it or not. So through it all, switching back and forth, changing my channel and stuff, I really don't, cause at first I was considering it a loss of time, you know what I'm saying? But it really wasn't no loss of time. I was able to learn how to edit videos, make short clips, and just see like the whole process of uploading content and like how long it takes, making, you know, things easier that I probably wouldn't have learned if I wouldn't have started sooner. Like if I would have just started today, I would be so far behind than when I started. I think I did my first stream a couple months ago, and then I uploaded my first video to TikTok, my first clip to TikTok probably like a month ago. So if I wouldn't have started 2 months ago, I wouldn't be nowhere near where I'm at right now. And I'm not talking about following wise or like exposure wise. I'm talking about like where I'm at as far as like knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I didn't even know how to make a clip, how to get the videos to my phone, the best way to upload it to the computer, how to upload it without losing quality, and stuff like that, how to make thumbnails, the different type of video and photo formats. Like I didn't know none of that when I started, and now I got more of like a general idea of what all that is. So I'm grateful that I started 2 months ago, because if I would have started today, I would have been way behind. And that's one of the things I was preaching on my channel, is time is very valuable. If you're not valuing your time and starting as soon as you want to start, you're really cutting yourself short. You probably don't know how short you're cutting yourself, but you're cutting yourself so short because you can't get time back. Once your time gone, you never getting it back. Once your time is gone, you never getting it back. So if you don't start now, like right now, today, in this very moment, if you don't start doing something that you want to do, you losing time. Now, the end result you can always get. It's gonna take a little bit longer rather you start now or later, but you know how good you get at something, that's gonna come with time, right? Somebody that starts earlier than somebody's gonna be better than somebody that starts later on. And I really want to give a shout out to my friends, because my friends been keeping me motivated. They thought I stopped making content at home, and they've been sending me a lot of motivational videos and like giving me a bunch of ideas, but I didn't really stop. But they did show me that I have a good support system around me. The few people that I do have are very supportive. They've been keeping me on track and trying to make sure, you know, I'm in the right headspace, trying to keep me going. Because if it was just me solely, there have been some times where I just wanted to stop and just say F it and like say fuck it and then just not do this shit. But my friends and my family, they really, you know, put that support and give me, you know, the energy to keep doing what I'm doing. Because without them, you need a good support system. So, and I feel like I have that to a certain extent, because they really thought I stopped, and they was sending me motivational videos, telling me to keep going, you know, pushing me forward. So I shout out to them. I really want to give a shout out to them. Now the first story time I was gonna get into is one of the dumbest purchases I probably ever made. And man, I made a bunch of dumb purchases. First of all, I wasn't even gonna talk about this one, but this one just made me think. It was a long time ago, I fell for the scam. I fell for the scam. They was doing, it was like some Bitcoin type of thing. They was like, if you invest this much, you would get, I think, if you invest 500, you would get $5,000. And it was like some Bitcoin stuff. And I think I was 17 years old at the time. So this was like 6-7 years ago. This is when Bitcoin was popping. And it was like, you invest 500, you get 5,000 out. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was looking into it, and they had the shit set up so nice to where they had fake bots and stuff in like group chats saying that, oh, they waiting on this, or they just got this, or they just got their portfolio, or they just got their wallet, and they got this, and they're waiting on their wallet, and it's increasing. So I'm just reading this shit like, all y'all did was put in 500, and they invested it. Like, what? So I'm thinking, I'm like, shit. I had $500 at the time. Like, I had the 500 to give. And these people had like a smart ass system going, like the smartest system ever. They was hacking people's pages, promoting it. Cause I think one of the stimulations was you had to send $500 and you had to promote their stuff on your Instagram. So it'd be people promoting it on their Instagram, and I would see it, and it would be my friends in my circle, and they would they would either promote it themselves or they would get hacked, and the people that hacked it would promote, you know, the 500 turn to 5,000 with the investment. So I took it upon myself. One day I just said, I had got paid. Mind you, I'm 17 years old, I got paid, and I invested my 500. And there it was gone. I invested my 500, and I remember texting them. They gave me, you know, an email and a password to a wallet. So I'm like, okay, so they legit. They give me the password to the wallet. I log in. I see the $5,000 on the account. But the thing is, I don't know how to get it. So I'm trying all different shit. They got the shit where you click it and it say export the wallet or transfer the wallet, whatever the fuck it says. It says something about going in your wallet. I'm doing that. It ain't working. So I'm texting the people. I'm like, how I transfer to my wallet? They were like, we gotta wait 10 days. So 10 days go by. I still can't transfer to my wallet. I'm like texting these people, and they was like, oh, you gotta do this, that, and the third. And then they went to talk about, oh, you gotta send another 1,000. I'm like, I don't wanna send no another $1,000. I'm like, I want my 500 that you turned into 5,000. You said I send you 500, you was gonna turn to 5,000. I see the 5,000. Why the fuck I can't get my shit? So more of the story, I never ended up getting my shit. That was the last time I trusted that shit. I really feel like, can't nobody tell me they ain't never fell for that turn 500 into 5,000. Everybody done fell for that at least once. At least one time. You ain't never fell for that. You smart, but I know it's a lot of people out there. Y'all ain't gonna admit it, but a lot of us just fell for that 500 turn to 5,000. I ain't never fell for the cash out one. The cash out one is crazy. I never fell for the cash out. But for the wallet with the Bitcoin of 500 to 5,000, I fell into that for 100%. No doubt. This is my banana smoothie after the gym. This shit low key gas. I usually put peanut butter in it, but I ain't had none. I'm gonna grab my jug real quick. But I know a lot of people that done fell for that. A lot of people ain't gonna admit that they fell for it, but I know a lot of people did. They ain't gonna say it though. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. That's just something, and I kept that to myself. I was gonna take it to the grave, but I shared it with y'all. I ain't never told nobody else that I don't fell for it. I sent 500. I ain't get my 5,000. Fuck it. We grown now. Y'all can tell us y'all done fell for this shit. We grown now. We ain't nobody gonna hold you. We all done fell for the 500 to 5,000 cash out. For me, it wasn't cash out, it was Bitcoin, so mine ain't as bad. But I know some people that done fell for it that ain't gonna say that. Oh, and the next one, y'all ain't even gonna be ready for this shit. So this is the craziest shit that, you know, a ex has ever done to me. The craziest shit. I done heard some crazy shit. One motherfucker said, well, he was on the other end. He was on the cheating end. He said the bitch brought groceries to his crib the day before and then told her man she was going to get groceries the next day, and then it just went to his crib, did whatever the fuck they did, got the groceries, and then went back. Now, that's some crazy shit. But this might not be as crazy. But it's on the lines of that. You know what I'm saying? It's on the lines of that. Let me drink my water. I'm trying to get my gallon of water a day in. Gallon of water a day. I'm trying my best. If I drink this, if I finish this on the stream, which is my plan, then I get, you know, a gallon. This ain't even so. This ain't even, I ain't even gonna say the craziest thing that done been done, but it's definitely some shit that fuck with your head. And you gotta stay away from motherfuckers that play mind games, that fuck with your head, that mess with this up here. You can't mess with them. Like anytime somebody do like some mental shit to fuck with you, you gotta cut that off. Anytime somebody that's like very, very like mental, like that don't know how to fuck with your head space, cause it's certain level of things that people do to make you fuck with your head. It make you think you like crazy, like you tripping. They know how to flip stuff on you. I recommend never let them people have access to you again in your entire life, because that's really gonna fuck you up. Like, I done had motherfuckers tell me I'm the devil. That anytime I'm in a space that, you know, bad stuff happen. And that might seem like, oh, that's not that bad. But like, you don't understand what that do to somebody's mind when you make them feel like they actually, you know, evil, or that they bring, you know, bad vibes or bad spirits. Like, people don't pay attention to that stuff. But you gotta, you know, when people fuck up with your mental, like, you gotta learn how to like cut that shit out. That's like when you make somebody think like they bringing bad vibes or bad spirits. No, I'm not buying no promotion, nothing. When you making people feel like that they bringing bad spirits and bad vibes, you gotta learn how to cut that shit out. Cut it out instantly. You know what I'm saying? But the most toxic thing somebody has ever done, I ain't gonna say most toxic. It's probably like the most toxic thing somebody has said was, I was going through my motherfucking phone, right? Which I ain't gonna never say. Most motherfuckers be like, oh, I ain't going through no phone. I'm gonna go through that bitch anytime I get a chance to. I'm going through that motherfucker, because I be damn. I be goddamn. And it ain't even no other way to put it. I said I will not cuss no more, but I be goddamn if I don't go through a motherfucking phone to see what the fuck is going on. Because if you don't go through that bitch, I promise you, my nigga, you will feel like, you would be thinking a motherfucker is the most well-behaved motherfucker in the world until you go through that damn phone and you see everything was a fucking lie. But I was going through a motherfucking phone and I seen all kind of shit. Like all kind of shit. So you got it all mad. That ain't the crazy part. So I bring it up and this motherfucker tell me, if you go through my phone, they ain't even, you know, say it. Fuck all the cheating shit. I went through the phone about this motherfucker tell me, if you go through my phone, I feel like you would steal from me. Now I can't trust you. My nigga, what? That's what you had to say? Motherfucker say, if you go through my phone, I feel like you would steal from me, so now I can't trust you. And I had no words, no words for that shit. If I go through your phone, you feel like I might steal from you, so now you can't trust me. Don't worry about all the shit I seen in the motherfucker. You just worry about I went through it, so now you think I steal from you. Motherfucker, if I steal from you, I would have stole out your damn phone. It's that the mind games that people play, and that shit affect you. That shit starting to affect your mental. And if you ain't really, that's why I say, before you ever get in any kind of relationship ever with anybody, you gotta focus on this right up here. This right up here. You gotta focus on this right up here. If this right here is not strong, a motherfucker that know how to play with your mental, they will tear you down. So I recommend, and this is especially like for the young people out there, because the older people, y'all got, you know, a lot of knowledge, y'all have been through a lot of stuff. But like for the younger people out there, if you're looking to get in a relationship, I recommend you focusing on your mind first. Strengthening this as much as possible first, because the shit that you about to go through is crazy. Like, it's shit you can't even prepare for. Even strengthening your mind is not even gonna be able to prepare you for the shit you probably gonna encounter. Like, there's no preparation you can do. It's all happened by surprise. But if you got at least, you know, if you got this right here balanced out and fixed out, you can really, you know, kind of combat some things. You know, stop yourself from getting too far in the loop. You can stop yourself from getting too far in the loop. You got this strong, can't nothing break you. And I'm really a man that's like, I'm really on like people are, they say people are pure, but I believe people are, you know, evil. I believe people are evil. They see an easy target, they gonna go for it. You know, they see something they can fuck over, they gonna fuck over it. They see something that they can't fuck over, they not even gonna try to fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing I done learned in the past few years is setting boundaries and learning how to stand on it. And if you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything. If you stand for nothing in life, you will fall for everything, 100%. For a while, I used to didn't know what that meant for a while, but if you stand on nothing, you will fall for everything. And I'm gonna elaborate on that for a little bit. If you stand for nothing and fall, you will fall for everything. And standing for nothing, that means you easily going. You know what I'm saying? You easily going. And I ain't talking about that kind of going. I ain't talking about the fucking going. I'm talking about like you able to influence, right? And for example, I give you an example. Like I'm somebody when I grew up, I said when I was in high school, I was like, I'll never do drugs, I'll never smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I said I'll never do none of those things. But when I graduated, I seen all my friends smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no peer pressure or anything. But somebody asked me that I want to try. It wasn't no peer pressure to a certain extent. I mean, it kind of was because you asked me what I tried. You know, I don't smoke, but it wasn't no peer pressure like nobody saying do it. It's good for you. But I decided, I said, fuck it, I'll try. Like, I'll smoke weed, fuck it, I'll do it. And you all know your first high is the most, best high ever. You get high as fuck. Life is like wonderful. So I got my first high, did my first high, whatever, and I liked it. I fell in love with it. Just like that, I fell in love with it. And so every time after that, I didn't start smoking weed every day, but like every other weekend I would want to do it. And then it got to want to do it every day. So I said that to say, if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. If I would have stood, with my boundary, like, this is where I draw the line, I'm not smoking no weed. And the same thing with vaping. I used to say I'd never vape, and then I tried it, I liked it, and I ended up vaping. So the only reason why I even got into those loops is because I didn't set no boundaries for myself. You gotta tell yourself, like, this is not me, I'm not doing this, and I don't stand for this. It doesn't align with myself, so I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck who doing it or how it make me feel. You wouldn't even get the chance to know how the stuff feel if you wouldn't even try. I don't know, I think my camera overheated. But you wouldn't even get the chance to know if you like this stuff because you would never get the chance to try it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say you set those boundaries. And those were good examples, but back to the people thing, when you set boundaries with people intentionally try you to see what they can get away with. And you can't allow them to get away with the stuff that they try you with. That's why I said you gotta stand for something. So when you notice somebody is doing something that you don't agree with, especially coming at you with like some bullshit, whether it's like a friend or a relationship, you gotta, stand on your boundaries. Cause that's them testing to see what the fuck they can get away with. And once you get them an inch, you give somebody an inch, they gonna ask for a mile. They gonna go for a mile. You give them an inch, they gonna want a mile. Because now that you let them get away with one thing, they're gonna keep pushing to see how far or how much you can let them get away with. When people try you basically, that's your moment to tell them or show them what kind of stuff you going for. And you have to learn how to set boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how you stand on stuff, and that's how you keep yourself, yourself, and not end up, being a pushover. So and I just recently, after just like learning myself and learning how people work in the world work and reading a lot, I just recently learned that, and I'm telling y'all, you gotta learn that as quick as possible. Stand on something or you'll fall for everything. That's 1,000%, that's 100% true. So learn how to set those boundaries and learn how to only do things that align with you. And I'm telling you, you will be, 1,000% successful. But the other thing I wanted to share with y'all was, my first time ever getting in trouble. I'm gonna say that for last. I wanted to share because a lot of people been asking me, my friends and stuff been asking me like how I got my page to 18,000 followers on TikTok. And to be honest, those people that's telling y'all that you gotta continue to post, be consistent, continue to post, you gotta listen to them. I'm not gonna care. When I first started my TikTok, and I had two, I got one to 10K, and then I got deleted, and then I got this one to 18,000. And the reason why I said at not more than that, I'm gonna get to that later actually. But I grew my page to 18,000 followers by, just being consistent, steadily posting. And, they say, and I do agree with this, if you make good content, people gonna watch it, yes. But on the other end of that spectrum, you have to get pushed out. And a new page that's never really posted nothing or haven't really posted much is not really gonna get pushed out because for one, whatever platform you're on has to, get time to recognize that, okay, that this is a real person and not a bot. Because you know how many bot pages out there. You got them on every platform, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, you got bot pages. So like, you gotta get them time to recognize, okay, that you're not a bot. So then it recognizes to push your content out. Second, everybody in this world different. No two person is the same. We got so many different groups, so many different types of humor, so many different types of people that some people don't even like humor. I don't understand how you don't like humor, but some people don't like humor. So you gotta also give whatever platform you on time to, understand like what people enjoy your content. Mind you, every group though is big as fuck. It's 8 billion people in the world and social media is all over the world. So you gotta give that platform time to understand like who enjoys your stuff. And that also takes a little minute. So once they understand, okay, who enjoys your content, then it tells them who to push your stuff out to. You know what I'm saying? And once they start figuring out who to push your stuff out to, that's how you really get your audience. And that only comes with consistency and continuing to grow. And once they find your audience and then they find where to push your stuff to, and they realize like, okay, people are actually liking your stuff, then they start to push your stuff out more. So you gotta get them time to, before you even judge whether you make good content or not. I just learned this too. You gotta they have to figure out who your group is. Once they start figuring out who your group is, and once you posted enough videos for TikTok to be able to, or not just TikTok, whatever platform, to be able to understand where your group is. If you feel like you posted enough videos for TikTok to be able to understand who your people is that you're talking to, then that's when you can kind of judge, okay, yeah, my stuff is getting pushed, but I'm not getting, engagement. So then you can kind of tell where, that don't mean you're a terrible content creator, because I feel like I'm a terrible content creator, but you can kind of tell like where you need to improve on. And that's where you use the data from. But I stay consistent. A lot of my videos, I kind of deleted them, which is not really good to do, but I do it because I don't like to have stuff on my page. It's not really, if I feel like it's not, if it don't really represent me, like what was I thinking, I will take it off 100%. But for me, a lot of my videos really didn't blow. Like a lot of them was getting like minimum views, minimum likes, but I just kept doing it. I kept posting, and then I had one that blow and I get a bunch of followers. Like my first video was like me doing like a skit, and it ended up blowing 500,000 views while I was at practice. And I was like, it was crazy. It blew 500,000 views while I was at basketball practice. I came home, opened my phone, and I was like, what the fuck? Like my shit blowing. And then I stopped making content for God knows whatever reason. And I'm the type of person when I make content with something blow, when I do good at something, I feel pressure because I feel like, okay, this video did good, so my next one gotta do good, instead of just continuing to make content. So that's kind of where I fell off at. So I stopped for a while, started back, none of my videos was blowing, and then I had to go on deployment, so I wasn't really able to make content. I'm at 5,000 followers now though. And then I got back from deployment and I got right back into it, started making my videos again. Since I had took such long of a break, I wasn't really getting much exposure. I kept making videos, and I had a couple more blow. didn't really get many followers from it, but he blew. So it gave me a little bit of, motivation to keep going, which I did. I kept making videos, and then one day I made a video that got 30. I think it got like 35 million, 36 million views. Crazy, right? That's like a unicorn. 35 million views on TikTok. That's crazy. Like, people go their whole TikTok career without getting that many views, and I got it. I got 35 million views. I think 8 million likes or something like that. And so that grew me to like, I think I got like 15,000 followers off that one video alone. And then I fell back into the same loop. Like, all right, boom. I made this video that got 30 million views. My next video gotta be a banger. It gotta be a hit. That's the worst thing you can do. Like, don't do that. So I stopped making videos for a little bit. Then I made another one. It got 1.5 million views. And then I still stopped because I'm like, I had no ideas. I'm like, my video gotta be better than my last. And I stopped. And I made another one. And then I stopped. And I stopped for like months and months and months and months. And then I just started back recently. But this was what I was talking about earlier about your content having to be, finding your audience. I started making dance videos. That's not my audience. My audience is making, relatable content. So my videos wasn't getting pushed again. I made a relatable content video after all my dance videos, and then boom, it blew 3.5 million views, like 600,000 likes. And now I've been kind of slow on it because I'm starting my Twitch, because this is what I really wanted to do. I've been wanting to do this since I was younger, so I'm kind of switching to making my Twitch and then posting my clips. So if you see me, YK Treyball clips and YK Treyball, both of those are me on Twitch. Both of those are me on Twitch. So that's how I grew my page to 18,000 followers on, TikTok. Hopefully I get a whole bunch more, but the main thing I'm focusing on now is my Twitch and getting my clips up. And I want to do so much more with content. I feel like this is really where my heart is at. Sharing my life and making people laugh. That's what I enjoy the most. It's part of my improvement journey. But now off of that note, I'm gonna get right into the the would you rather. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, that's actually crazy. This whole time y'all couldn't hear me. And I was actually giving out some good knowledge, some good content this time. It's actually very discouraging. I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank y'all for joining. For those of y'all that didn't join,